Hi, my name is Ramon Chen, and I'm the Chief Product Officer at Reltio. Thank you for your time today. In this session, I'll be providing an overview and demo of Reltio Connected Customer 360 and how going beyond traditional or legacy master data management, or MDM as it's known, is critical in the new customer experience economy. Suffice it to say that we all expect great customer experience. In fact, for many, customer experience is more important than price. Whether your business is B2C and your customer is a consumer, or B2B and your customer is an organization, improved customer experience helps increase revenue and build brand loyalty, or simply keeps your customers happy and satisfied. So, who is Reltio? Reltio was designed from the ground up as a data platform to go beyond MDM. Why? Because while MDM has served a valuable function in the back office for nearly 20 years, its primary focus on just master data is insufficient in today's economy. To be clear, Reltio does start by delivering a multi-cloud, highly scalable, real-time operational MDM core. Like oxygen and water, trusted and reliable master data is an essential foundation. But as our name, Reltio, implies, relationships, transactions, are required and critical elements to deliver the insights and outcomes expected for great customer experiences. Reltio connects data for some of the largest companies in the world. Industries such as retail, CPG, healthcare, and life sciences, high-tech, insurance and finance, and more all benefit from Reltio's Connected Customer 360 platform. I'll be showing you today how Reltio resolves identities, refines the profiles, creates relationships, and leverages transactions and behaviors that ultimately deliver recommendations and insights that all teams within your company can benefit from to deliver the experiences your customers expect. In short, we all want to go from this to this. Without further ado, I'm going to start by providing you with an overview and demo of Reltio Connected Customer 360. I'm going to do so in 6 simple steps. First, we're going to see how Reltio brings together a single view of the customer. What you see here is a consumer profile in Reltio. In this demo, Sarah is a consumer of a retail company who wants to better understand their engagement with Sarah and improve personalization while navigating the complexity of evolving state regulations such as CCPA. As I scroll down, you can see transactions, such as CCPA. Master data attributes are displayed here in this first column, and as I scroll down, you can also see purchased products that are transactions in this initial profile view. What is also being displayed are households and relationships that have been captured and uncovered. On the right-hand side, the information on the orders and analytics have been executed in this third column so that you can run against the data that has been captured for improved personalization. So how did this information get formed? Unlike traditional MDM, where back office operations are assembled in a single view and somewhat of a mystery to business teams, Reltio provides a transparent and visual way to understand lineage and rules that ultimately govern what information is presented to the end user. On the right-hand side, you see profile records brought together across various sources. These color-coded sources, as I float my cursor across, show how the information contributes to the attributes that are shown in the middle column here, the attribute values. You might be wondering why I have legacy MDM as a source reflected in this example. Many of you may already have an older MDM system, but aren't yet ready to replace it. In this scenario, Reltio can readily accept your existing MDM as a contributing source, together with new sources to rapidly deliver value to solve your business need. This will give you the option to gradually replace your existing MDM system in the future should you so desire. However, many Reltio customers have completely switched over immediately as they have scalability and agility needs that their current MDM system cannot meet. I'd also like to draw your attention to the CDP, or Customer Data Platform, as a source. Some of you may be interested to understand how MDM and CDPs differ and work together. In brief, CDPs have a focus primarily for just supporting marketing functions and goals, and they don't cover the enterprise needs for the complete connected customer experience. However, they can be a contributing source as well, as illustrated here. In fact, some of the largest companies in the world understand that CDPs are just another siloed application, and have chosen to establish a connected customer data foundation before embarking on CDP projects. But that's a topic for another session. Please reach out if you'd like to learn more about that particular area. Once this data is brought together, this middle column that I'm highlighting here shows the various rules that resolve how data will be assembled or merged together in an operational values shown to the authorized end user. There are a variety of pre-configured rules here, such as recency, frequency, and you can create your own. I'd like to draw your attention to the aggregation rule. Unlike traditional MDM, where you have to define a fixed relational data model that's tied to the cardinality of attribute values, Reltio has a logical data model which is aligned more with how you think about your business and is not constrained by how the data is physically stored. In this example, the aggregation rule type foregoes the need to define a phone attribute as a one-to-many model, but automatically aggregates and stores any number of multiple phone numbers across sources. At the end of the demo, I'm going to talk a little bit more about contextual views that are relevant to deliver relevant information to your teams. But while we're here, I'd like to show you this idea of rule sets. Rule sets are essentially the ability to specify a custom set of rules per department or role so that the information that's displayed can be controlled and adjudicated to be relevant to the business user. Reltio's ability to dynamically assemble this information also means that there's no physical merge of data. This logical bringing together of operational values means that if an unmerge is needed, this happens in an instant, unlike traditional MDM, where an unmerge process can be quite unwieldy. Reltio uses smart matching to do identity resolution. And the goal here is to automatically resolve all of the matches at scale. However, for governance and compliance reasons and too close to call, you will need a user interface to provide data stewards in your teams to basically resolve and determine whether too close to call matches should be merged or not a match. Reltio's smart matching is able to also learn from the information and the activities of your data stewards so that it can improve matching in the future. Some additional capabilities within Reltio to create a single view include the ability to use workflows, which are built into the system, as well as collaboration capabilities, which are very much like Google-style collaboration or Word-style collaboration, with the added elements that it sends emails with links directly to the areas and the fields and attributes and profiles that you're collaborating on. All of these activities that your stewards or business users need to perform are routed to their inboxes within Reltio so that they can handle each individual task and share a collaboration with team members. Reltio also has built-in reporting, which drives real-time statistics and feedback that will allow you to improve the efficiency and identify potential areas of improvement. So that completes a quick whirlwind tour of creating a single view. So to recap, what we showed and discussed is the ability to use smart matching to improve the efficiency to reduce manual review, the flexible survivorship rules, and the logical merge, which makes unlinking and unmerging a breeze, contextual views via rule sets to ensure that your teams get the information only they desire and need and are authorized to, visual data lineage, and also the ability to have a logical data model, which means that you have an agile way to react to your business as opposed to traditional fixed relational data models. We also displayed and showed configurable workflow and collaboration. So let's now move to step 2. and talk a little bit about onboarding all data, including transactions. So if I switch back to my Sarah and Brenner view, and I move here to the left, you can see that there's an interactions view. As the data was assembled and Sarah and Brenner's information was resolved across multiple systems, we'll also now be able to bring together the product that she ordered from point of sale or website or order system, but also track, if so desired, her activity in terms of favoriting products, initiating returns through support, as well as marketing campaigns. All of this information is assembled and will be used to form the connected customer 360-degree view. If I switch back to the slides, I apologize, I didn't switch to the screen share for that particular section. If I switch now back to the slides and summarize, all of the data, including interactions and transactions, as well as relationships, third-party data, can be brought into Reltio. I would like to point out there's a notion of a data tenant, which allows you to bring together and subscribe to data from a third-party data provider. This is incredibly useful because it can provide a single point of compliant data distribution, saving money across your enterprise who may be separately licensing the same data unnecessarily within departments. Reltio also provides fully integrated reference data, and so there's no need to separately license a capability or a different tool for your reference data management needs. Now let's talk a little bit about unlocking the value of relationships in the third step. And I'll switch over to the screen this time. Apologize again for that previously. What you're seeing here now was the interactions and transactions previously discussed. Now I'll move to the graph view, which basically shows you all of the relationships that Reltio has put together. Sarah and Brenner is a consumer in the center of the universe here. You can see relationships such as the purchased products, as well as the friendships, as well as devices that she's using, all formed together in here in all of the connections through the Reltio connected graph. This information can continuously be augmented and discovered by Reltio, and as well as the transactions and interactions that have been executed. All of this information together with the profiles is then brought together and made insights ready for distribution to your downstream applications, as well as for built-in integration and analytics and machine learning, which we'll talk about next. But to summarize, the graphs that you saw there are not limited to people and organizations. Reltio also uses the same capability to manage custom contextual organizational hierarchies in the context of B2B. So moving to step 4, which is the actionable customer insights that you can derive. Reltio provides and offers an integrated analytics and machine learning environment. So all of that data that's been brought together is now readily available and made distributed to either downstream systems or within Reltio, an analytics environment and machine learning environment is provided. One of the shortcomings of traditional MDM tools is the challenge of keeping models and attribute values in synchronization in real time so that you can have real-time insights. Reltio's analytical environment, provided through elements such as Google BigQuery, allows you to immediately leverage your choice of BI tools, such as Tableau, QlikView, or Looker, to generate analytical insights. Reltio also offers an integrated Apache Spark environment and data science workbench. So your data scientists can immediately come to an area where they have compliant, clean, and accurate verified data to spend more time writing algorithms, understanding the data, rather than actually spending time cleaning it. The information from the data scientists' insights that are uncovered are written back directly into Reltio profiles. This allows Reltio to provide an extensible, unlimited set of attribution for your profiles. This is another major differentiator because traditional MDM tools focus solely on the aggregation of attribute values across different systems, while the connected customer experience requires that you use the interactions and transactions in order to derive more information and insights for segmentation. And that was the information that you saw earlier when I displayed the profile view. If we switch back to that, on the right-hand side in the columns here, where we show orders by channel, campaign insights, interaction summary, order insights, and even some product recommendations. Now let's move to the fifth step, which is to simplify compliance. So compliance, unfortunately, is a necessary evil, and bringing data together from different sources requires an unprecedented set of consent and privacy values capabilities. Reltio provides all of this automatically built in within the system. So your compliance needs are identified and handled as part of the system. What you see here on the left is multi-channel communication and consents. Reltio provides the ability to manage all of this consent across different sources, forming your consent master, if you will, as you engage across different touch points and channels. In the middle column here, Reltio can also highlight personally identifiable information so that you're aware of the data that's subject to GDPR, CCPA, and other evolving emerging regulations. And then finally, on the right-hand side here, you can see a comprehensive audited view, granular down to the field level, to see that the information and the elements have been updated. You can see here that we're reflecting that information has been updated where an E has been removed from Anne, and the surname, Brenall, surname was also updated. Finally, the crosswalks view that I showed previously provides the enterprise map so that you can execute downstream systems right to be forgotten and requests for information by your customers. You can create with Reltio's workflow, built-in workflow, additional configurable, customized capabilities for handling such processes. What you'll see here is a visual workflow designed with an example of handling the right to be forgotten or privacy requests. In fact, companies using Reltio have been able to use exception handling to retain information as allowed by law to keep records such as loan outstanding and preserve information in downstream systems where relevant. So if you thought or the CCPA, for those of you in California, would allow you to call your mortgage company and wipe out your loan, I'm afraid you're out of luck. Reltio also supports an audit trail that ensures that these requests for erasure are retained after data removal has taken place. This is an element often overlooked and not built into master data management legacy systems. You need this so that you can actually also comply with the fact that a request was actually instigated and asked for by a consumer. So to summarize, privacy and consent management, we covered consent preferences across all sources, a built-in audit trail lineage of profile data for compliance, and the ability to configure and dynamically respond and adapt to privacy laws such as GDPR and CCPA. Finally, the final step is really just to consume the information and to have your teams get contextual connected customer 360 profiles. Switching back to the demo. What you're seeing now is a high-level dashboard of data flows in and out of the Reltio system. You can also see that Reltio has intelligently analyzed the data and provided various demographic segments, which are all configurable on attributes that you care about. All of this information is live and connected as data is loaded and continuously updated. If I click through to top 10 lifetime value, you can see that Reltio has automatically segmented and filtered down to 17,000 individuals that meet this maximum business value score. If I uncheck, you'll see the multi-domain capabilities of Reltio, where individuals, which is the focus of this webinar, are put in the same environment as products, devices, household, and other profiles and entities which Reltio can also manage. For contextual views, whether you are a data steward or a business user, you can come in and use Reltio's powerful search and segmenting capabilities in order to narrow the scope of records and profiles that you want to work on. In this particular case, I've narrowed down the highest business value customers in the range of 72 to 100 with a data quality score which is poor, 33 and 44, so that as a data steward, I know the elements of the 4,900 profiles that I might want to focus my attention on and to address. This improves productivity for data stewards as well as business users, because business users have the ability to now use any of the attributes that have been brought together across different systems as segmentation facets. As an example, I'm going to use the state attribute here and narrow further this set to only those customers that are in California. And you can see dynamically and in real time, it's reduced this data set to 775. I can also, because Reltio has fully indexed all of your data, you can search in real time and in sub-seconds all of the information and garnering data through free text search. This is a powerful capability not available typically in relational traditional MDM systems. As I mentioned, the analytics and the attributes are unlimited. So as you run your machine learning and analysis, information is written back and fed back, and these attributes can continue to grow so that your marketing teams can generate insights that can allow them to collate campaigns. Okay, let's move to a summary slide. So what we showed and saw is powerful search and filtering in real time across billions of profiles and thousands of attributes in real time. Save search into segments. So all of these searches can be saved and can be therefore exported downstream to any system, and you can execute bulk updates. I'll actually flip back and show you the advanced search capabilities. You can see you can create any form of predicate and Boolean assembly in addition to using the filtered facets, and then you can dynamically see the results in real time. So in summary, you can start with any domain of any type. We focus more on the individual as a customer today, but whether your focus is products to start with suppliers or organizations and more, you can use Reltio's capabilities in the exact same manner that I've demonstrated today for those individual domain areas. And you can build and add additional domains, which provides greater and greater insights into the information that's shown. So since we have time, I'm going to flip back over and show you what an account might look like. In this particular case, this is an organization in a B2B type context, focusing on using Dun & Bradstreet as a connected source and feeding information. And then this example is a life sciences product where you're focusing on the product hierarchy, market basket analysis, indications, and so on and so forth. So to summarize, Reltio provides connected customer data that goes beyond MDM because connected customer data is at the heart of customer experience. You need this information to drive hyper-personalization, accelerate real-time operations, and work with compliance and simplify the process of complying the rules and regulations that can continuously evolve. If you'd like to learn more, you can go to our website and get a free ebook. We'd love to see you. I myself personally will be at the Gartner and Analytics Data and Analytics Summit next month in Texas in Grapevine, so hope to see you there. You can also go deeper by scheduling a deeper dive demo. Obviously, we've just scratched the surface here in 20 minutes as to what Reltio can do for you. So please think about scheduling that and reach out. And this is the contact information that we have. I'll leave this on the screen while I answer some of the questions from the audience. The first question, can you explain history and activity log differences? Are these two interrelated? Should the retention period be the same for both, or can it be customized? The answer is that activity log tracks the activities of your individual users or systems against the data. The history actually shows the attribute level value changes and information changes on the profile itself. And they are interrelated, because when you see an activity being performed that, say, makes an update to a value, you want to see what that value change in the history reflects. Should the retention period be same for both, or should it be customized? It should be the same for both so that everything is in sync. The next question is, can a client configure dashboard graphs on their own, or does it need to be done by Reltio? This can be done on your own, but we would prefer that we provide you with a simple example to start and walk you through so that you're aware of how easily it can be configured. Certainly user interfaces in terms of the profiles, we have a UI data modeler that you can use in order to set those up automatically. The next question, how does Reltio, sorry, skip down here. How does Reltio, I lost that question because it moved. How does Reltio handle deleting data outside of Reltio for CCPA? Great question. For GDPR and CCPA, Reltio can be triggered to issue a delete request using the crosswalks capability and storage. That's your enterprise map to distribute the request for deletion to your downstream systems. To be clear, Reltio does not do the physical delete on your downstream systems. You have to execute that yourself once you receive that event put onto the stream. You can use, of course, Reltio's workflow capabilities to ensure that the information is verified and complete before triggering such issuing of requests. When you say, next question, when you say reference data is supplied as part of Reltio, what kind of reference data are you talking about? This can be anything from state and zip codes to product codes brought together across multiple sources, industry SIC codes, anything that you would consider lookup information in terms of gender. All of this is then fully integrated into the attributes built into the MDM system so that you get automatic lookups and verification built in by Reltio. And there's a separate administration console that allows you to manage your reference data. Next question, how do I integrate with legacy systems or custom applications to bring data into this platform? Great question. There's a number of ways you can do this through traditional ETL or APIs, or you can stream data into the Reltio system through our REST APIs and capabilities. We also have a built-in data loader so that you can bring in data through simple formats to be imported directly into Reltio. One final question. Thank you for the demo. You're welcome. I'm looking for more resources, documentation to deep dive into Reltio. Please reach out to us, whoever this is that's asking the question, and we'll be happy to help you. The contact information is shown on the screen, but if you want to email me directly, please do so. Raman@reltio.com. I welcome hearing from you. That concludes this presentation. I do apologize for the section in the interactions where I neglected to switch back over to the screen share. I apologize for that. I really so do appreciate your time. This demo is recorded, so if you'd like to go back and obtain the recording, it's accessible to you. Please provide some feedback so that we can better improve our next presentation. And again, thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to meeting you. And if you're at the Gartner Summit, please reach out and schedule some time, and we can meet there. Thank you again.